So in this screencast, we're going to take a look at the cultural hearth of the Indus Valley and a cradle of civilization developed in the Indus River Valley in what is now modern-day Pakistan. You can see it here on the map, marked in green, just to the northwest of India, also there on the Indian Ocean. The two main cities were known as Mohenjo-daro and Harappa. And by 5000 BCE, agriculture had developed, and by 3000 BCE, the villages and towns had evolved into cities. Much about the civilization remains a mystery, partly because archaeologists did not discover it until the 1850s. And make sure that you're answering the questions in blue as you go through this page with your group. And geographical features and the environment. Today, the area around the Indus River is desert, with many ancient riverbeds dried up. However, in ancient times, it was forested green and lush with plenty of game animals and good pasture for domesticated animals. The water system was formed by water melting from the world's highest mountain range, the Himalayas, to the northeast, and the Hindu Kush Mountains to the northwest. The monsoon rains created seasonal winds that blow from seas towards the Indian subcontinent. The Indus River carried rich soil when it flooded to the plains around it, allowing extensive agriculture to flourish. The mountains provided some protection from invasion, but possibly other groups of people found passages to the subcontinent. Economic characteristics. The cities of the Indus River Valley were supported by an advanced agricultural system based on wheat, rye, peas, and maybe rice. Cotton was cultivated, and many animals were domesticated, including chickens and cattle, goats and sheep. Abundant crops allowed job specialization to develop. Both of the main cities, Mohenjo-daro and Harappa, were major trading centers with contacts in China, Southeast Asia, southern India, Afghanistan, and Mesopotamia. Jade from China and precious jewels from Southeast Asia were found in the ruins of the cities and seals of the Indus River Valley civilization was found in Mesopotamia. Clay-wheeled carts have been found, suggesting that goods were transported between cities. There certainly was a high level of labor specialization, but the craftsmen of this civilization are considered inferior or not as good as the craftsmen of other ancient civilizations such as Egypt and Mesopotamia. Their weapons were made of stone, and they used little bronze in their weapons, which is a more effective material than stone for a number of reasons. Political development. Very little is known about the political systems in the Indus River Valley civilizations, but the construction of the cities suggests that well-organized governments planned them. The streets were wide to accommodate people in carts, and there was a sophisticated sewage system with canals that ran from each house to a canal in the street to run off household waste. Both cities had fortifications and large granaries that were probably controlled by governments, but it is unknown who and to what extent. Society and culture. It is believed that the Indus River Valley civilization had clear social classes based on the size of the houses, which varied in size. Indus River Valley culture was dominated by a powerful priestly class, which ruled from the cities. The priests mediated between people, meaning they negotiated any problems that came up between people, and a number of it says the priests mediated between people and a number of gods and goddesses, and that means that the people believed that the priests could sort of speak with the gods and interact, going back and forth between gods and the people. One popular god depicted on the seals is a naked male with a horned head, sometimes pictured in a posture of meditation, leading some to speculate that the lotus position or yoga originated here. Mother Goddess appeared to have been worshipped by ordinary people, whereas the horned god was favored by the priests. Art recovered suggests a strong interest in fertility. Decline of the Indus River Valley civilizations. The Indus Valley cities were abandoned sometime after 1900 BCE, but it's unknown why. There is no evidence of an invasion, so one theory is that the civilization suffered systems failure, which is a breakdown of the political, social, and economic systems that supported it. There may have been a natural disaster such as an earthquake or a flood, but gradual ecological changes appear to have occurred as well. The cities may have grew too fast, putting stress on the environment, burning trees to bake mud bricks for construction, and overusing farmland. Some argue that radical change to a much drier climate occurred, or the course of the rivers perhaps changed or shifted significantly. So please finish answering the questions in blue and continue working with your group on the Indus River Valley Civilization presentation.